I want to own one of these. Lucky, how long is it going to take for me to own one of these?
For somebody like you, just about a year.
We now have a goal. I want to buy one of these in 12 months. I want to own an exotic without having to pay for it. I like the idea of owning an asset without having to pay for it. Who wouldn't want to own a beauty like that while someone else pays for it? My friend Lucky hit me up and told me I can own an exotic within the next year. I said, hold up, what did you just say? Lucky gave me a plan. You start a car rental business on Turo. I live in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the world famous Strip. Conventions, gambling, fun, women, sporting events, boxing, UFC, pool parties. Tourists visit Las Vegas. A lot of them. I live near the airport. Why not buy a car and let the tourists rent a car from me? Lucky told me about Turo. I told him I had heard of Turo, but is it for real? Hey Lucky, can you make money on Turo with one of these?
Of course, the best way to start is affordable economy cars.
In September 2019, I sold my 2011 Ford Fusion to help pay my bills when my house flips went sideways. I haven't owned a car since because I've been waiting for the right time to buy a Tesla. My plan was to buy my second house hack and then buy the Tesla. Lucky told me a better strategy.
Should I start a rental car business in 2021? And like I said, 100% yes. So that's why it's surging so much now, is there's so much cash out there in the market and a lot of people don't really care. Last weekend, every single car on Turo here in Las Vegas was over $100 a day. Whether it was a Nissan Versa or a Hyundai Sonata, it didn't matter. Everything was $100 a day and they were all booked out for the weekends.
It would be an interesting story of going from 0 cars to owning an exotic in a matter of a year or two. Like with anything in life, I'm always looking at how to go from step A of owning 0 cars to step B, owning an exotic. Step 1 is to learn from an expert.
Okay guys, here's a quick breakdown. Step 1, we're going to test Turo. Step 2, we're going to learn your market and get an LLC. Step 3, we're going to secure financing and pick out a car. Step 4, we're going to put your car on Turo, hire a car, and rent on these platforms. And we're going to scale it up so you can go from 0 cars to an exotic car.
Step 2 is to use the platform as a consumer. Before I started my own Turo business, I wanted to understand the experience as a customer. Some questions I wanted answered. Is the platform easy to use? How much are cars renting for daily? Are they only new cars? Do I have to meet the owner of the car? How do I get the keys to the car? If I were to do this, how much time would it take for me to manage? How much time do owners spend managing their cars? The app was really easy to use. I found a 2021 Chevy Bolt for $59 per day. The owner gave me the option to pay $25 to not have to worry about charging the vehicle before returning it. With taxes, fees, extra insurance that I opted in for, and Turo's cut, the total came out to $113.75 for the day. I also wanted to see how the owner manages messages, pickup of the vehicle, where they park the cars, and how they communicate with their customers. I wanted to understand this business as a consumer first. Step 3 is to create a step-by-step action plan to go from affordable economy car to owning one of these. Step 4 is to implement the action plan. Step 5 is to have a little fun. I don't give a shit what you have to do, be a fake guru, sell crypto courses, $2,000, whatever it takes to get one of these, do it. Lucky rented the McLaren for a day for his YouTube channel and Instagram as he reviews cars and talks about the current car market. It was the first time I've ever been in an exotic, let alone driven one before. I wanted to own an exotic like a McLaren since my early 20s, but didn't think it was possible until I was making millions per year off my investments or something. I figured this would be a fun experiment of putting an economy car on Turo and seeing if I could actually start from one reasonably affordable car to owning an exotic within a year or two. I'll track every step of the way on this channel. My goal is to purchase my first exotic to car hack on Turo within 12 months. I love house hacking. I've had roommates pay off my mortgage for the last 4.5 years. I honestly don't remember what it's like to have living expenses come out of my pocket, and I want to do the same thing with vehicles. I'd love to have a few affordable cars that are cash flowing assets and then purchase an exotic once I'm comfortable on the platform. Realistically, you only need the car rented about 4 to 6 days per month in order to break even. I see it as a way to own an exotic for 24 days a month and someone else pay for it. I'm the type of guy who takes action. This interests me, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen. And yes, I'm aware that things go wrong. If you can find one business where nothing goes wrong, I'm all ears because I have yet to find one. I don't have an emotional attachment to cars like most people do, so I don't spend 1 second worrying about the emotionally driven concept of having other people borrow your car. Funny enough, when I was returning my car, the employee of the guy who owned the fleet was there. He said the owner had just purchased 30 cars and was renting them all on Turo. They were estimating $1,000 per month profit for each vehicle. The guy clearly had a system for operating the pickup remotely, lockbox on the cars for the keys, he had one employee who checked on the cars at drop-off, the employee also cleaned the cars if needed. I was very fortunate to see exactly how someone was operating a fleet of 30 cars on Turo. There's going to be challenges, it's not going to be easy, and maybe on my first car I realized this isn't for me. It's all possible, but so is having success. I think it's entirely reasonable and possible to have a fleet of cars by this time next year, including an exotic. I'm going to turn this into a series because I think it will be fun to track my progress on the platform and see if it's an enjoyable business to run. My friend Lucky is serving as my mentor. You can check out his YouTube and Instagram at Automotive Life. He's been a big help thus far. I enjoyed using the Turo app as a customer as well. I'll certainly be using it whenever I travel to different cities, as it will provide an opportunity to rent out cars I normally wouldn't drive for a pretty affordable rate. The entire process was easy from start to finish. I was going to make this video anyway, but Turo did send me money, so I think I have to disclose that. All they asked was that I gave an honest review. My honest review was that my experience was easier and better than I initially thought it would be, good enough that I want to put my future cars on the platform. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.